In this module, our homework assignment is to create a project definition and WBS for projects that we'll be using throughout the course. I've tried to simplify the project definition. That project definition could also be, in PMBOK, is referred to as the charter. It could also be called a statement of work. It could be a contract. There's a very little consistency organization to organization on what is documented, what that format looks like, and what it's called. However, my personal opinion, we should always be answering the same 5 questions in whatever we produce to initiate a project. What is the project? Why are we doing it? How are we doing it? When are we doing it? And who is doing it? Who is involved? So we begin with a statement of background. And in the background, what we're describing is the problem that we want to resolve or an opportunity. In this particular instance, we have a potential problem, and that problem is going to be a stock out or the inability to manufacture product to meet demand by the middle of next year unless we add production manufacturing capacity. A second problem is the pervasive issue is in Northern California of having a potential earthquake. So this is our background. We're potentially going to be stock out on this important product, and there is the risk of an earthquake, and the opportunity is to expand our manufacturing capacity in a facility that we own in North Carolina. So our proposal then, so what we want to do to resolve the problem of potential stockouts is inspect, remediate, and prepare this facility for manufacture of this product. And we go into a description of some of the elements of the project that we have to be concerned about: clean room certification, cleaning a plant that's been vacant for 8 months, a modification of the manufacturing process to reduce overall cost. We're going to have offices, and we also have an opportunity here for a positive risk. The positive risk of delivering early, where the board of directors would authorize a donation to a project team's favorite charity. So in this section, we've defined the what. Here's what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, how we're going to approach resolving this overall problem of manufacturing capacity. Our success criteria indicates what does it look like when the project is done? How do we know that the project is done? What is the very specific elements that lead to success? That we've avoided stockouts in this case. We have manufacturing capacity by the time needed. There are new plant processes that reduce the cost of manufacture, product quality, and then product outcomes. Now, in the success criteria, I could apply a SMART approach: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. I could add a time basis here to the product stock out. I could talk about the manufacturing capacity increased by a measurable amount, 10%, 20%, whatever that is, and by time needed, a specific date. The reducing the cost of manufacture, I could better measure what that cost reduction might be. All of this is used as a justification to indicate why this project is so important and what success looks like at the end. Our next section are the deliverables, and here I've listed 10 deliverables, both our final deliverable and interim deliverables, things that are produced within the context of the project that leads us to the final product. And lastly, I have a section on stakeholders. Who is involved in the project and what roles do they really have? What this helps me do is create a RACI that documents the stakeholders and their responsibilities for each deliverable. A RACI is not required, but I've added one just for illustration purposes. Here are the 10 deliverables that I had earlier defined, and across the top are my 6 stakeholders in the project. There's probably more stakeholders involved, but at the outset, I'm just going to talk about, in the RACI, these 6 stakeholders and their role in creating the deliverables. The second deliverable that you all have due is the work breakdown structure. Oops, sorry. Let me open that up. And in the work breakdown structure here, I've got a process-based work breakdown structure. I've identified in blue my 10 deliverables, and I've created additional activities or work packages that are required before I can actually deliver or create these deliverables. So in your assignment, you have 2 deliverables. You have the initial product definition here, or what I'm calling the scope statement, and the work breakdown structure.